What do we know about praying mantises? They know how to masterfully disguise themselves, maybe to avoid being distracted from their prayer. But these devout insects wouldn't mind hitting the dance floor on occasion, though for some of them it may be the last dance, because everyone knows that after mating, the female bites the partner's head off. Everyone's afraid of getting eaten alive, but for male praying mantises, it's a tradition and an inevitable end of their lives. At least, that's what everybody thought for a long time. After a series of experiments this year, it's turned out that we don't know a lot about male praying mantises. Is the praying mantis ever scared? Why are even snakes afraid of it? And is it true that praying mantises have evolved? Praying mantis self-defense technique. Can you see the praying mantis? No, but it can see you. The praying mantis can see at 360 degrees because it can move its head by 180 degrees left or right. It makes it easier for it to find a prey. Without hesitation, the praying mantis attacks any opponent that can be defeated and eaten. Its favorite dishes are bees, ants, scolopendra, and hornets.
I see you want some problems.
Now, you won't be able to see at all.
The praying mantis devours its prey alive, starting with the head. It can even enjoy a light meal of a poisonous black widow or a ladybug, which is highly toxic.
I'm toxic.
My future girlfriend is toxic.
The praying mantis will digest it without much damage to the organism. Their hearing organ is located in the middle of their abdomen. A praying mantis can hear only loud, high-pitched sounds with it. The others are felt like vibrations. This is needed to avoid becoming a prey to bats, and that's not the only air threat. Various birds hunt praying mantises too.
Dancing is disgusting.
Say it again, closer to my belly.
Yes, it's not just your imagination. It was not self-defense. Wasn't that little praying mantis afraid to get into trouble first? It's not afraid of anything because of its special fighting technique. Praying mantis aggressive attack technique. How do you know a praying mantis is in the mood for a fight? Remember, this pose means,
I'm really glad you've decided to visit Grandma. Come give me a hug.
And this pose means,
I'm in the mood of beating the hell out of someone today.
praying mantis is like that guy at the bar who thinks everyone's aligned against him. For example, this cat. The praying mantis decided that the best defense is an attack, and it's trying to look bigger. To make it more convincing, it starts swaying left and right to appear more intimidating. Predators are suspicious of prey that doesn't run away, because that can only mean it's poisonous or dangerous.
You're drunk. Go home.
I have no alcohol in my body, only poison.
If your pet is chasing butterflies in the backyard, you should know that there may be an assassination attempt against it. Either there are vegetarians among praying mantises, or they're moonlighting as anglers.
Hi, my name is Nemo.
You should have listened to your dad and stayed at home.
Otherwise, I don't even know how to explain that this guy aggressed the fish. Oh no, the snake. This creature is much bigger than the praying mantis itself. Will it manage to escape? And how? Will it use its signature intimidation dance or what? Did you see that? That little insect knocked out a giant snake. What's next? Will you wrestle a lizard to the ground? Wait, I was kidding. What would it seemingly have against a dangerous reptile? But the spiked forelimbs of the praying mantis are actually a very terrible weapon. The praying mantis style, or Tang Lang Quan, is one of the major and most popular in Chinese wushu. The technique is based on the strength of the hands and fingers.
Are you really going to fight me?
I'll just give you a warm hug.
I'd call this technique the embrace of death. Initially, it grabs the victim by the head with its forelegs, as if hugging. The victim is doomed. So who can confront the praying mantis? The female. She's much bigger and stronger than the male. Males play Russian roulette whenever they encounter cannibal females, explained Nathan Burke, an entomologist at the University of Auckland and an expert on mantis mating rituals. Yes, that's an actual job. Having laid eyes on the lady friend, the male praying mantis sneaks up on her as carefully as possible. Haste may cost him his life, so courtship often lasts 5 to 6 hours. Sometimes people have to face rejection as well, but at least the likelihood of being eaten alive in the process is critically small for them. After, and sometimes during the process, the female grabs the male and,
I've defeated the snake and the lizard.
I don't care.
at the height of sexual intercourse, the female throws off the male and literally bites his head off. This behavior is explained by the need to provide a sufficient amount of protein for their offspring. Basically, males have two options for survival. The first one is to pretend to be dead. The second one is to run away quickly after mating without any "I'll call you, sweetie." But these attempts have rarely been successful. What kind of self-respecting girl likes to be cheated on or dumped? Therefore, unfortunate lovers found themselves in her stomach anyway. And sometimes even a headless partner wants to finish the job. Having turned into a sex zombie, he climbs back to complete the insemination. The reason behind this is that males have accepted the fact of being eaten and are ready to sacrifice themselves for the sake of procreation. But as it turns out, female springbok mantises have another trick: the ability to reproduce asexually, or without any male assistance. They can produce clones of themselves if they don't mate, which means that the males of this species are threatened with extinction. But praying mantises are evolving. Experimental results published on the Biology Letters website in 2021 debunked the myth about praying mantises' millennial traditions. Now they have a third way to escape. Under threat of cannibalistic attack, males try to subdue females by pinning them down in violent struggles, said Nathan Burke. And then praying mantises evolved and decided,
We can't take this anymore. We want a normal relationship.
They developed a special technique: how to avoid getting cannibalized by a lover. Initially, a praying mantis tries to be the first to grab the female with its serrated raptorial forelegs and inflict a wound to her abdomen. But not too hard, to hurt but not finish her. She's a lady after all. Then, after mating, the female no longer has the strength to eat his brains, and he remains alive. But if a female grabbing technique fails, she'll eat the male immediately, with no goodbye sex. And, as it turns out, they also have feelings. During the experiment, male praying mantises were exposed to stimuli and various substances. As a result of the loss of anticipated reward, males experienced strong emotional reactions and psychological pain. It means they're not just unwilling, but also afraid of being eaten alive. No to domestic violence. Praying mantises clearly lack a psychologist who would advise them to
resolve all conflicts with words.
Therefore, I came up with a few phrases to help the males prevent fatal consequences of mating games.
Thanks for the insemination. Now I'm gonna eat you.
What if I agreed to let your mom come over more often?
You're better than my ex, but I'm still gonna eat you.
I bet your ex didn't ask you to move in together.
Those have been the best 2 hours of my life, but I need to eat you.
Even my 360-degree vision is not enough to appreciate the beauty of your eyes, especially the fourth one.
You too can help a praying mantis build a normal, healthy relationship. In the comments, offer your versions of what you have to say to a female so as not to be